Greetings, citizens of the world. This is Anonymous. We have been observing the recent implementation of the Online Safety Act in the United Kingdom. Let us be clear, this legislation was never about protecting people. It is a calculated attack on freedom, cloaked in the language of safety. Governments have always used fear to justify control, and this is no different. Since the act came into force, people across the United Kingdom have noticed that certain content, particularly videos deemed appropriate for older viewers, have disappeared from their social media feeds. This is not an accident. It is digital censorship, quietly implemented under the guise of protection. Those who have not submitted their personal data now face an online world filtered and sanitized, stripped of the right to choose what they see. One detail is especially revealing. The day after the act was enforced, widespread protests erupted across the UK. But if you tried to find them online, you couldn't. These demonstrations simply did not appear on the timelines of those who hadn't verified their identities. A coincidence? We think not. This law is being used as a tool to silence dissent and force compliance by demanding access to your identification. The people of Britain must ask themselves, is this the country we want to live in? A nation where you cannot speak your mind or witness real events unless you hand over your most personal data. Freedom of expression is not a luxury. It is a right. We are Anonymous. Expect us.
Many people across the United Kingdom have come to the conclusion that the Online Safety Act is not the protective measure it was advertised to be, but rather a hindrance that complicates and restricts their digital lives. The legislation, originally framed as a tool to safeguard citizens from harmful content and to ensure safer internet usage, has in practice created more barriers than solutions. What was meant to foster safety and openness online has instead built walls around information, leaving many citizens in the dark. The irony is hard to ignore. An act designed to help people use the internet more safely has, according to growing public sentiment, produced the opposite effect. Instead of empowering users, it limits them. Large segments of the population now find themselves unable to view content that is classified as suitable for older audiences, unless they submit sensitive personal data to verify their age. This includes content related to current events, protests, political commentary, and even educational material. For many users, particularly those who are cautious about sharing their private information online, this poses a serious problem. The concerns are far from unfounded. Submitting personal information to social media platforms or other content providers comes with significant risk. Data breaches are not rare events. They happen often, even to the world's most well-resourced companies. When that information is compromised, it can lead to long-lasting consequences for those affected. Many people are rightfully hesitant to trust companies with sensitive identification documents, especially when there is no guarantee that the information will remain secure. The idea that someone must expose their private identity just to see certain news or cultural content is seen by many as a step backward, not forward. Adding to the frustration is the growing belief that the architects of these new rules do not fully understand the digital landscape they are attempting to regulate. It has become clear that there are multiple ways to bypass these restrictions, and one of the most widely discussed methods is the use of a virtual private network, commonly known as a VPN. With a VPN, users can easily appear to be located in another country, thereby regaining access to restricted content without needing to provide their personal data. This reality undermines the entire framework of the Online Safety Act and exposes the gaps in the technical knowledge of those responsible for its implementation. What is even more concerning is that these issues were not unforeseen. Experts had raised these exact points during policy discussions and meetings prior to the legislation being finalized. It was pointed out that the system would be easily circumvented and that privacy risks would outweigh the supposed benefits. Yet those warnings were either ignored or dismissed. Now, many of the predicted problems are playing out in real time, with users facing restricted access, companies facing backlash, and the overall objective of online safety remaining unmet. Public trust has begun to erode. Many feel that the act is more about control than care, more about surveillance than safety. The fact that the Online Safety Act coincided so closely with nationwide protests only deepened suspicion. On the very day following the implementation of the law, several protests erupted across cities in the United Kingdom. Yet, these significant events were barely visible on social media platforms within the country. Those who had not submitted their identification were unable to see photos, videos, or discussions surrounding the protests. It painted a picture not of safety, but of selective visibility and censorship. The underlying danger here is that an increasing number of citizens are being digitally silenced unless they comply with a system that many consider invasive. As access becomes conditional on identity submission, the internet becomes less of a free space and more of a monitored environment where expression is tied to exposure. In democratic societies, the ability to speak freely and to access information without coercion is fundamental. Many in the United Kingdom now worry that these principles are being quietly eroded. Despite the negative reception from a significant portion of the British public, there have already been calls in other countries to follow the United Kingdom's example. This has raised concerns among digital rights advocates globally, who fear that if such a restrictive model is adopted widely, the internet could shift away from being a space of open discourse to one of regulated compliance. Countries watching the United Kingdom should take note of the backlash and the unintended consequences that have emerged since the law's introduction. While the goal of online safety is noble, the method of achieving it must be carefully weighed against the rights of individuals. True safety does not require sacrificing privacy, nor does it require limiting access to information. Any effective policy must be rooted in transparency, technological understanding, and the trust of the people it is meant to serve. In the shadowy world of secret military projects and advanced technology, the lines between reality and the unknown often blur. However, when the hacking collective Anonymous reveals information, people tend to pay attention. In a recent disclosure, Anonymous claimed that there has been a significant increase in sightings of green laser beams in the skies above the United States over the past 12 months. According to the group, these mysterious lights are not merely a spectacle, but could be indicative of a new type of military weapon being tested. The revelations have sparked intense speculation and concern about the implications of such technology and the secrecy surrounding its development. Over the past year, reports of green laser beams cutting through the night sky have become more frequent, particularly in remote areas and near military installations across the United States. Witnesses describe the lasers as intense, concentrated beams of light that appear suddenly, often moving quickly across the sky before vanishing just as abruptly. Unlike the more common red lasers used in various applications, these green lasers are said to be far more powerful and visible from great distances. Anonymous, known for its ability to access and expose classified information, claims to have uncovered documents and communication logs that suggest these green lasers are part of a secret military project. According to the group, the lasers are being tested as a potential new weapon, one that could revolutionize modern warfare. The group's revelations have led to widespread concern about the purpose and potential dangers of these tests, especially given the lack of transparency from the government and military officials. Green lasers are not new in the world of technology. They have been used in various fields, including astronomy, surveying, and even as pointers for presentations. However, the lasers reported by witnesses and detailed by Anonymous appear to be of a different magnitude entirely. The intensity, range, and precision of these lasers suggest that they are not designed for civilian applications, but rather for advanced military use. According to the information released by Anonymous, these lasers may be part of a directed energy weapon system. These use concentrated energy, such as lasers, to damage or destroy enemy targets without the need for conventional ammunition. The potential advantages of such weapons are significant. They can travel at the speed of light, are difficult to detect, and can target both airborne and ground-based threats with incredible accuracy. The green lasers being tested, according to Anonymous, could be capable of disabling enemy electronics, blinding sensors, or even causing physical damage to structures and vehicles. The color of the lasers is not just for show. Green lasers are more visible to the human eye and can be more easily tracked and measured, making them ideal for testing and development purposes. The possibility that the United States military is testing a new directed energy weapon raises several important questions and concerns. First and foremost is the issue of safety. If these lasers are as powerful as they appear to be, What are the risks to civilians who might inadvertently come into contact with them? There have already been reports of pilots and drivers being temporarily blinded by the lasers, which could lead to accidents or other unintended consequences. Furthermore, the development of such a weapon could have significant geopolitical implications. Directed energy weapons are seen as the next frontier in military technology, and the country that perfects them first could gain a substantial strategic advantage. This could lead to an arms race, with other nations rushing to develop their own versions of the technology. The secrecy surrounding these tests also raises concerns about accountability and oversight. If the military is conducting tests that could potentially harm civilians or escalate tensions with other nations, the public has a right to know. The environmental impact of such tests is another area of concern. Directed energy weapons require vast amounts of energy to operate, and the long-term effects of deploying such technology on a large scale are unknown. The possibility that these tests could lead to unintended consequences, such as interference with communication systems or damage to the environment, cannot be ignored. The revelations by Anonymous have sparked a wave of public interest and concern. Many are demanding answers from the government and military about the nature and purpose of these tests. Some are calling for an immediate halt to the testing until more information is made available and the potential risks are fully understood. However, as is often the case with military projects, official responses have been limited and vague. The Department of Defense has neither confirmed nor denied the existence of the tests, and when pressed for information, officials have cited national security concerns as a reason for withholding details. This lack of transparency has only fueled speculation and mistrust among the public. Meanwhile, amateur researchers are proliferating, with some suggesting that the green lasers are part of a larger government effort to control the population or prepare for a new type of warfare. Others believe that the lasers could be connected to extraterrestrial activity or other phenomena that the government is attempting to cover up. While these theories may seem far-fetched, they reflect the deep-seated anxieties and uncertainties that arise when the government conducts secretive operations without public accountability. In recent months, residents across the United Kingdom have also reported a series of strange and unexplained sightings in the night sky. Bright green laser beams cutting through the darkness, descending from above and sometimes even hitting the ground. These mysterious lights have been observed in various parts of the country, sparking intrigue, concern, and a flurry of speculation about their origin and purpose. While explanations range from advanced military technology to more benign causes, the phenomenon has left many wondering what exactly is happening in the skies above the UK. The first reports of green lasers in the sky began to surface in early 2024, with witnesses describing the beams as unusually bright and highly concentrated. Unlike typical laser pointers or light shows, these beams were visible from great distances and appeared to be emanating from an unknown source high above the ground. The most unsettling aspect of the sightings was the fact that many of the lasers seemed to be targeting specific areas on the ground, with some witnesses reporting that the beams moved methodically, as if scanning the terrain. Sightings have been reported from various locations across the UK, including rural areas, small towns, and even the outskirts of major cities. The consistency of these reports, combined with the distinctive green colour of the lasers, suggests that this is not an isolated incident, but part of a larger, coordinated phenomenon. Some witnesses have even managed to capture the lasers on camera, providing visual evidence that has been shared widely on social media and analysed by experts. As the sightings have continued, theories about the origin and purpose of the green lasers have proliferated. One of the most commonly suggested explanations is that the lasers are part of a new, advanced military technology being tested by the UK government or its allies. The idea that the lasers could be connected to a directed energy weapon system has gained particular traction, especially given the increasing interest in such technology among global military powers. The sightings of green lasers have had a significant impact on the communities where they have been observed. For many residents, the sudden appearance of these lights has been both unsettling and fascinating. Some have expressed concerns about the potential dangers posed by the lasers, particularly if they are indeed connected to military tests or other high-risk activities. Others have been captivated by the mystery, sharing their experiences online and engaging in discussions about what the lasers might be. In some areas, local authorities have been inundated with reports from concerned citizens, prompting calls for investigations and official explanations. However, government agencies have remained largely silent on the issue, offering little information to assuage public fears. This lack of transparency has only fueled further speculation and, in some cases, mistrust of official institutions. The sightings have also attracted the attention of UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists, who have suggested that the lasers could be connected to a cover-up or a larger, hidden agenda. While these ideas may not have widespread acceptance, they highlight the ways in which unexplained phenomena can tap into existing fears and anxieties, particularly in a world where technological advancements and government secrecy often go hand in hand. As the sightings of green lasers continue across the UK, there is a growing demand for answers. Whether the lasers are part of a military experiment, a surveillance operation, or something else entirely, the public has a right to know what is happening in their skies. The potential risks associated with these lasers, especially if they are hitting the ground, make it imperative that authorities provide clear and accurate information about their origin and purpose. Transparency is essential, not only for ensuring public safety, but also for maintaining trust between the government and its citizens. In a time when misinformation and conspiracy theories can spread rapidly, providing credible explanations for unexplained phenomena is crucial for preventing fear and confusion. As of right now, the green lasers seen over the United Kingdom remain a mystery, one that has captured the attention of both the public and the media. Whether these lasers are a sign of advanced military technology, a new surveillance method, or something more mysterious, their presence has sparked widespread speculation and concern. Ranging from laser emissions to high-energy microwaves, they comprise a wide spectrum of technologies and implementations, each with its distinct strengths and complexities. Directed energy weapons are emerging as a pivotal advancement in modern defense and warfare strategies, marking a significant departure from traditional arsenal. These innovative armaments harness focused energy to neutralize or dismantle targets with unparalleled accuracy and operational efficiency. Laser-based weapons stand out as a key category of directed energy weapons, functioning through the emission of highly focused beams of coherent light energy. These advanced laser systems find application across diverse platforms such as ground-based installations, airborne vehicles, and even space-based satellites. Through the precise targeting of hostile assets with intense energy bursts, laser weapons possess the capability to neutralize or eliminate a broad spectrum of threats, including missiles, aircraft, unmanned aerial vehicles, and surface-to-air defenses. With their ability to deliver concentrated energy to designated targets with pinpoint accuracy, these weapons serve as formidable tools in modern warfare, offering a strategic advantage in countering evolving security challenges. Essentially, laser-based weapons represent a cutting-edge technology that continues to redefine the landscape of defense capabilities and military strategies. Laser weapons possess a significant advantage in terms of their swiftness and precision, enabling quick target engagement with minimal unintended harm when juxtaposed with traditional munitions. Furthermore, lasers boast a seamless supply of ammunition, deriving energy from internal power sources or external options like solar panels or batteries. This inherent feature of sustainability renders them highly appealing for prolonged operations and missions, as they can function continuously without the need for frequent resupply. Laser technology's capability to deliver accurate and efficient strikes while maintaining operational endurance sets them apart as a promising choice for various military applications and scenarios where precision and reliability are paramount. High-powered microwave weapons form a distinct subset within the realm of directed energy weapons. These advanced technological systems utilize electromagnetic radiation within the microwave frequency spectrum to disrupt or incapacitate electronic systems and components. High-powered microwave weapons possess the capability to impede the proper functioning of various critical infrastructure elements, such as communication systems, radar arrays, computer networks, and more. By employing these weapons, enemy assets can be effectively nullified without inflicting any physical harm, underscoring the strategic advantage of these non-destructive yet highly impactful tools in modern warfare. High-power microwave weapons have the capability to serve in non-lethal capacities, including tasks like managing crowds and protecting perimeters, accomplished through the emission of electromagnetic energy pulses. These pulses are designed to discourage or incapacitate opponents without inflicting lasting injuries. The adaptability of such weapons renders them indispensable for armed forces and law enforcement bodies aiming to address threats while minimizing the occurrence of casualties and collateral harm. This multifunctional nature broadens their utility, allowing them to be applied in diverse scenarios requiring a nuanced approach to conflict resolution. Despite the promising capabilities that directed energy weapons offer, they come with a host of complex technical and operational obstacles that require resolution to ensure their effective implementation and usage. A critical issue that arises is the effective management of thermal impacts caused by the powerful energy beams, leading to potential overheating and harm to the weapon system itself. To overcome this challenge, engineers and designers must devise durable cooling mechanisms and materials that can endure the demands of continuous operation in high-energy environments. This necessitates the development of advanced cooling systems and materials that can effectively dissipate heat and protect the integrity of the systems, enabling them to function optimally even under extreme conditions. The hacking group Anonymous is a loosely organized collective of individuals who engage in a range of activities, including cyber activism, digital protests, and hacks against organizations or individuals they perceive as engaging in unethical or illegal activities. The group is known for its use of Guy Fawkes masks, which have become a symbol of their movement. It's difficult to say whether Anonymous is good or bad, as their activities are often controversial and can be seen as either positive or negative depending on one's perspective. Some of their activities have been directed at promoting social justice causes, such as their efforts to expose the police system and government corruption. On the other hand, some of their activities have been criticized for crossing legal and ethical boundaries, such as their attacks on private companies or individuals. Ultimately, the activities of Anonymous and other hacking groups are subject to debate and interpretation. While some may view their actions as a form of resistance against oppression or injustice, others may see them as engaging in illegal and harmful activities that violate the rights of others. It's important to consider both the potential benefits and risks of their actions, and to hold them accountable for any harm they may cause. The lack of a formal structure means that anyone can claim to be a member of Anonymous, and the group's actions are often carried out by loosely affiliated individuals and groups. One member has recently come forward and noted that something strange can be seen in the background of a recent SpaceX mission. The user said the following: "With the increased presence in space, along with new technology giving us an insight into the final frontier, we are making new discoveries with each passing day. An interesting find has been released online, showing what appears to be a strange object in the background of this SpaceX mission. One of the first things that you'll notice is that this glowing object appears to change its trajectory, something that doesn't normally happen in these types of videos. This brings up a variety of questions, as for years now astronauts, along with former NASA workers, have detailed mysterious objects in space. It's too early to jump to conclusions, but having video evidence of a strange object changing direction in space is worthy of further examination." End quote. Interestingly, when the video was submitted to various groups that research strange objects, users couldn't decide on what the object was, suggesting that it matches the description of other objects that have been detected in space. One user said that you can see the light stop and then change direction. Oddly enough, these mysterious lights are not anything new, and for years now, glowing orbs have been detected in the background of videos taken from space. NASA has also captured objects which have appeared in the background of their videos, and it's led to some interesting discussions. One of the reasons for this is because when these objects show up, within seconds, the live broadcast is shut down. Those who've studied this phenomenon have said that the International Space Station cameras offer some of the best evidence of these bizarre objects. Not everyone was impressed with the footage, though, with one user saying the following: "You can see that this object passed close to the front, and to me that suggests that it's close to the rocket. What we are most likely seeing here is ice." End quote. Staying on the subject of Elon Musk, he's recently come forward and said that Earth is going to face a massive population collapse over the next 20 to 30 years. While talking at an artificial intelligence conference, Elon was asked about what his thoughts were on artificial intelligence and what the future holds for humans. Although he's been vocal about artificial intelligence and how we need to be careful, he said that another problem we are facing is that of population collapse, saying that in 20 years' time there's not going to be enough people.